unfortunately, I was also struggling a bit to structure myself in my overall career and also in the personal life. To be honest, when I was going through a lot of different mentors, they are also experienced and they are also maybe having their own journey, and they may be good as well. But for me, you were more genuine. And also when I had a discussion first time, I could easily able to understand that you are not something just trying to sell, or you are not trying to just say that, okay, let's do wonders. But you were more like, let's start with something, Praveen. Let's slowly get into it. Let's see how the things will develop. And that is where I also wanted. So that is the reason I was more comfortable with you, because you understand and you also came through the similar journey and you have really developed yourself, you came to a good level in a great organization. And the goal for me was that how can I go from a, let's say, current working conditions, which is more like I'm in a factory working. I wanted to be going to more global role. But definitely I had clear goal of 2 years, let's say, that after 2 years I want to shift to a role. So when we started our journey, it helped me to realize that, okay, this is my goal and I have to take some actions on that, which is small actions, let's say, keeping in mind about these, thinking about it always, as you said, manifestation, and trying to see what are things changing in the organization. If you keep watching and be conscious, then you see that something is open, you also want it, and you try to then pitch in for that particular role. Regularly when we talk, I was also a bit more serious about it. So I got it overall with, let's say, different efforts also what I was doing, and this is a combination of that. Clearly I can say first thing is mindset. We always blame for ourselves, talk negatively to ourselves. So I would say first is change in the mindset. Second is clarity of thoughts. There are a lot of thoughts in us, but in that thought, what is important for us to take forward and how to structure that thought is important. So I would say clarity of thoughts. Third is very important, which normally we get frustrated about, is managing or maintaining the discipline, which everyone want to do. Everyone want to keep the commitment. Unfortunately, not about them, but it is somehow the culture what we are come in, the priorities what change, the situations change, and excuses what we give, procrastination what we do, all these things combined is affecting our routine. And then when we see, we lose 2 years already, and then we are in the rat race. So I would say mindset, clarity of thoughts, discipline are the three important things, which are something which came to me as a part of this career ownership hub. Yeah, I think I have a clear answer for this, which is I wanted to continue, and I'm doing it now because of the results what I saw. The role is one time. Now I can again change a role. Situation will change, things will change. But for me, important was habits. For me, important is the mindset, and that was, I see it is changing. So for me, I don't want it to stop there. And normally it happens that when we don't have a mentor or someone to ask for, we tend to give excuses and tend to forget it. And then maybe the efforts what I put in 3 months, it would not continue last. So I wanted to bring in my habit. That is the reason I wanted to continue for a further step. And second is, what are the next steps which I should take to ensure that overall in the professional life, I am getting successful, let's say. Overall benefits I'm seeing. Honestly, for me, initially I have spent, let's say, 14 years of career. I also did not feel or think about that, because always we think about money and we think that someone want to sell something. What is important is you cannot talk these things to family, you cannot talk to a friend, and you cannot talk to any colleagues, because you don't have that openness to talk. At this point, I said, let me try and understand how it works. So now if I see back, it is important for everyone to start, have a mentor, to get the understanding, to get it structured, to see what are your goals, what is the execution way. Once you understand your clarity of the life, personal, let's say, or professional, once you put all the actions together, and once you see that now few months also it was witnessed by the mentor, when you see that, okay, now I am overall habitual, I understand, and I'm doing it regularly, you can continue the journey and keep it whenever you want to talk about your specific situational issues, etc. Second, to keep a watch, because many times it happens that I used to come to your call and tell in 3 weeks that in 3 weeks I've done nothing, because there were excuses, there were other priorities, but you are like, no, Praveen, this takes only, let's say, 10 minutes every day. but consistency was missing. So somewhere I see that follow-up is also required. And when we pay for it, the seriousness will come. Two things you mentioned, I want to reiterate that trust is important when you are with mentor, because same you do with doctor, same we do with the lawyer. When you go to them, you need to trust. And then only you see that, okay, there is something which you also can get out of it.